Love that film.
Good evening, Colonial friends. Welcome to another great Colonial Theatre online watch party. My name is Chuck Fransisco. I'm one of our film hosts here at the Colonial Theatre. I'm delighted to welcome you to tonight's screening of a 1950s beach party action adventure kind of romance film. We can't really bring you outside to the beaches, so we thought we'd bring the beaches to you. And if by 1950s beaches you mean my basement dressed to look like a beach theme, then you've hit the nail on the head. But I did dress for the occasion for all of you, and I'm sitting in my vintage Colonial Theatre seats, so we're going to pretend. We're going to use the powers of our imaginations. Tonight's film is 1953's Beneath the 12-Mile Reef. It was filmed in Technicolor, glorious, beautiful Technicolor, which we love so much at the Colonial Theatre. It was directed by Robert D. Webb, with a screenplay by A.I. Bezarides, supposedly inspired by Romeo and Juliet. Maybe I can see that if we set the scene not in fair Verona, but instead in Palm Beach, Florida, or in the Florida Keys. It stars Robert Wagner and Terry Moore as the main squeezes of each other's lives. It's an interesting action-adventure, rough and tumble, scrapper beach picture, which you'll see in just a moment. And beyond the two of them, it's got just a splash of Peter Graves and a hint of character actor Harry Carey Jr. Rumors around the making of this picture were that Wagner and Moore had a secret on-the-set romance. But in truth, both of them were involved in separate, secret, off-the-set romances. Wagner with Barbara Stanwyck, great choice there. And Moore had a secret romance going on with Howard freaking Hughes, if you can believe that. And of course, these are purported to have been happening. This is the third film ever to be made using CinemaScope, and it follows The Robe and How to Marry a Millionaire. It's used to best effect here in the underwater reef sequences, of which there are, unfortunately, fewer than the title would have you believe. It's beneath the 12-mile reef, and we spend tons of time above on the shore. So keep an eye peeled and pay attention to those underwater sequences where Technicolor and CinemaScope can really shine. This film was actually nominated for an Academy Award for Best Cinematography. It didn't win, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. There's some really great shots in here. One more thing, just to give you a little bit before we wrap this up. Robert Wagner nearly drowned during the making of this film. He was in the water and another actor kicked him in the abdomen. It caused his ab muscles to seize up, sort of like you're always warned not to eat and then go immediately in the water until 15 minutes have passed. Well, he cramped up and sunk to the bottom and needed to be rescued by a crew member who saved his life just in time. So there's your factoid for the day. So before we wrap this up, don't forget, if you are able to donate to the Colonial Theatre, every little bit helps, and we appreciate everyone who has donated so far. It helps us keep all of our staff on pay and keeps the power going and the lights on, even though we can't have you come hang out with us just yet. Soon, we hope, but we're unable to tell. So in the meantime, we're going to keep these watch parties going. We're going to keep our hosts doing introductions, and we're going to keep asking you to invite your friends to join us and hang out in our watch party community. So I have been Chuck Fransisco, and the film you're about to see is 1953's Beneath the 12-Mile Reef. Enjoy.
Love that film.